everyone. I know, no music today. Here's what happened. I may have partied a little bit too much last night with my sister. We didn't even get home until 1:30 in the morning. So, it was a little comical this morning, or at 1:30 in the morning, I guess, coming home. But I had a blast at MJ's Tavern in Norfolk. It was so much fun. I got to sing. My sister and I did Don't Lose Your Head from 6. She may have been so drunk that she fell down during Trigger Happy Jack, which was our last song. We got home. She's still puking, or she was this morning anyway. So, yeah, it's a little rough. Self-inflicted pain, I assure you. And I swore to myself, I'm not going to do that again, I guess until the next time. But, I didn't really party in my 20s. I was very responsible. So, I'm slightly hungover in the sense like I still have a little bit of a headache and I really just want to go to bed. Matter of fact, I was laying down before coming in and I was like doing that thing with the alarm clock where I'm like, set a timer for 5 minutes. And then it's like, okay, that takes it to 3:45. Set a timer for 5 more minutes. Set a timer for 1 minute. Does anyone do this? They negotiate with their alarm clock. So anyway, we have some people in the house. We have Keisha. Hello. Yes, Plumstone. It was an oh my. More water and electrolytes. Yes. I know how that is. Yeah, we never learn. That's true. And thank you, Dawn. I do have Gatorade. I have some red Gatorade downstairs. So I'll drink that after that. Harper says she negotiates with her alarm clock every single morning. Yeah, there's like 2 kinds of people in this world. Those of us who are like, we hit the snooze, and those of us who like jump out of bed the second the alarm goes off. And sometimes I do. My hairbrush, sorry. Sometimes I do get out of bed and I'm ready, well rested. I think that happened in my 30s. No, I'm just kidding. I've had it happen since then. So I think we're going to jump right into it. We did have a little bit of issues with Plotdrive this afternoon where there was a little snafu, but I love the team because they got it fixed like right away. So if you had some problems logging into Plotdrive at about 3 o'clock, then it is it's fixed. 3 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, well, why don't you just rub it in then, Lynn? Being retired, I don't need an alarm clock usually. I work for myself. I only need the alarm clock for here. Yeah, that is correct. The go button does only have 2 lines. It is active documents and words before. The go button is the simplest button ever. It is literally the documents you toggle on, and anything you type into the document that you're in, like above the cursor, is instructions. So you can literally just like prompt inside of the document. So, oh no, Keisha, you are cursed with waking up like a rooster at 3 a.m. Yeah, so the point is like this is another one of those days where I'm just like, oh, I really don't want to write. I don't want to do the thing. But we're gonna get some work done. I want to shout out the comments on day 1. The book hasn't even been published yet, but I've already been threatened that somebody's not going to read the books. So, okay, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. But I do want to emphasize that the chapters I'm giving you are pretty close to the raw chapters from the AI with a little bit of editing to it, but not much. It's not like a full edit. I haven't gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. So Mr. So-and-so's fussing about the dialogue and it being too snarky, I just have to say, don't yuck someone's yum. I read a lot of books with snarkiness. And my question is, when you came to comment and it's a paranormal romance, I would love to know what other paranormal romances you read. Because my hunch is that you don't read any. So really, your opinion is probably moot. So anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. You're not doing well enough if you don't have haters, right? And Susan says, is a testimonial. Look, people, you can write even hungover. Indeed. Indeed. All right. So we're going to get through what we can today, but I don't know that I'm going to get the full hour. I'll just be honest with you. but that's okay. We can do like a 30-minute sprint. Nobody makes the rules but us. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add to the stage. You guys know where your notes are. It is down in your description. Same notes as always. And I will go ahead and put it in cinema layout so that you can see it nice and big. And we'll go ahead and get started with what we're doing. Thank you, Keisha. Keisha loves the sass. It's real. Yeah. I think some men just don't know that there's a soundtrack in our heads that's a lot worse than what we actually say. All right, so when we left off yesterday, we were kind of stuck. And there's another thing here, too, that I kind of want to take a look at. So I'm going to come over here. And to make my life a little bit easier, I am going to go ahead and make a... so here, I don't know. I'm torn a little bit, and I'm glad I've got April in the house. So here's the deal. I was originally thinking 13 chapters, about 2,000 to 3,000 each chapter is 26,000 to 39,000 words. That's just 13 times 2 or 13 times 3. And if I have 3 of these sections in the book, then that should put the book at 75K to, well, almost 100K. And I think that's about right for the genre. Like when I look at the genre, a lot of the books in paranormal, well, in fantasy romance at least, paranormal romance, dark romance, they're some of them are pretty hefty books. So from that standpoint, I want to take a look at a little bit of the overall plan here. I think we're on track for, like, this is the first third of the book, but as I was thinking about it this morning, as the brain was pounding, which I'm definitely putting a hangover scene in this book now. Like, she needs to have like a wicked hangover. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to throw some hangover pain. Who says you don't write your pain? But I was also thinking, like, I feel like this particular story, there's other scenes that are missing from Kane. Like, I know Tessa really well, but there's scenes from Kane's point of view that are just missing. And there's a lot of, like, the situation with Alexis Starr is already a problem. So I was thinking about throwing in, if we go to here, I know I'm making some changes. All right, our current story, let's look at the story so far. Our current story is chapter 1 is the fall from grace from Tessa. And then chapter 2 immediately goes into her at the Twilight Hotel. I think I can insert a chapter here that is Kane dealing with an influencer, maybe even Alexis Starr, when he's notified that the wager project, we'll come up with a better name for it, is on the move. So in other words, you know, chapter 1 starts with Tessa in her main world. Like, it starts in her world. She is, let's do it so you can see my face too. How do we prevent such missing representation from our main characters? And why do we not include write an alternative POV in our commands? You can do whatever you want to do, Lois. It just depends on what you're writing and what you're prompting. Usually I just like to manually prompt, hey, write in Tessa's, hey, write in Kane's, because if you leave it up to the AI to choose which point of view, sometimes it gets it wrong. That's all. But anyway, back to the plot. So how many people think that we could insert a Kane chapter here about dealing with the influencer, or something like that? So he gets called off because he's got to go and be in the next scene with her. So so the reader gets an introduction to Kane before Tessa does. I think that that's okay for that. So we show Kane in his normal world. And then we have the motel scene, and then Kane. We have Kane here, and then we have Tessa going on. I did add to the sex scene. And then we have Kane again talking with the midnight rendezvous with Numeris. And then we have her again. Let's see. Yeah, I need to change out the beginnings. Okay, so we have the hotel and all of that and the shopping. And then he's bringing her there. And then I guess it would have to be her point of view going into the Infernal Influence. But, like, I don't want to have 3 chapters here from Tessa's point of view. So we have Kane's point of view. So maybe we make some changes real fast. We start tweaking this a little bit. I think the discreet knock, we have our ways. I think I can just cut this, actually. The welcome can be the start of the chapter of her getting there. Excuse me. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to X this off. I'm going to make a new thing of documents of don't want to lose, not going to use. I'm going to label this. It was scene 4 in chapter 6. Yeah. And there we go. Yeah, it's only 400 words. So it's not like we did major surgery here. The reason for that is because there's a lot of like, trust me, I don't like to be left in the dark. Okay. I think like we repeat that quite a few times. And I want to fix that. This is not ready. This is not fully fleshed out here. Enjoying your soft bean spree? I think I was followed. I'll try. I'll really try. We anticipated this. I'm going to add here. Why didn't you warn me? Okay, fine. Trust me. No, we're not gonna, I'm really gonna try. Tessa is not a wimp noodle. Earn it. I meant it. There we go. That's good. That's more Tessa. Okay, so these are all going to get renumbered. So we're going to play a game. And here's how the game works. I've got everything turned on, so all the information about it, all the world building, all of the notes and everything like that, and the story for 3 books. I am going to create a new document here. 12 and 13. Oh, wow. Yeah, this one's not really quite ready yet. So we're just going to go this and make a new document, and we're going to say new chapter 2. This is where your go button really comes in handy. So I'm going to do a new chapter 2, and I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to say, I just put it in an order. So I'm going to keep using O1 preview. And I'm going to say, you have been given a bunch of information about a paranormal romance book above, because the go button reads all of it, and then your words below. I'll show you in the prompt. above. I need a chapter between the current chapter 1 and chapter 2 that will be from Cain's point of view and should show him in his daily life perhaps squashing a smaller squabble with influencers and foreshadowing an issue with Alexis Starr. Before Cain can fully address it, he is notified that Ray has a special project for him. So he's summoned there. It's all cloak and dagger. And he's told Tessa is a bigger priority. There's big plans. Okay. So now we go to the go. And I'm going to say, make a plan. Can you write this chapter? Go. Let's see what it does. I'm just giving it the freedom and see what chapter it comes up with because I'm going to like it. All right, so to explain what I'm doing, thank you, Mendy. I like that. Yeah, having an early chapter explaining the wager, it would make the limo scene between Cain and Lucinda make more sense. Exactly. This is a personal issue of the way I write. And April says, well, if it doesn't work out, it's not like it's difficult to take it out. Just off my own work and another I read recently, the constant harping reminder of one point greats. Yes. Did we decide, does Lucinda know about the wager? I don't think she's going to. I think she's going to only know that there's a special project with Ray. Exactly. I think that's where the tension is. That's why she doesn't understand why Tessa is such a big deal, because Ray wants Cain to be with Tessa. So there we go. Don't we always? Typical Lucinda. You're late. Oh, the fragile way. Who is it this time? Jackson Reed and Lila Hart. How delightfully petty. Try not to make it worse. Where's the fun in that? You think you can waltz in and take what's mine? Children, play nice. But we all benefit. You mean you slept with the client's CEO? Double the reach, double the impact. I don't share the spotlight. Neither do I. And that's precisely why this will work. The public loves a good rivalry turned partnership. Creates a narrative. Substantial. This doesn't make us friends. Ray wants to see you. Where's the sport in that? You're in a good mood. Conflict resolution brings out the best in me. The air was the scent of aged apartment and something darker. Brimstone. Ooh, you summoned me? I live to serve. This is Tessa Dane. Left her take the fall. Or opportunistic. She has potential. Precisely. All in due time. For now, suffice it to say, she's integral to our future endeavors. And what approach would you prefer? I trust your judgment, but be discreet. She must come willingly. Indeed, do not underestimate her. Oh, and Kane, keep an eye on Alexis Starr. Noted. Okay. I don't know. I need a vote. Like, back in the mortal realm, Azathar, I need a location. Understood. Interesting. A stark contrast. Okay, I'm going to thumbs this up, but we're going to make some changes to it. It wrote 1961. I think there might be a little bit too much, but we'll see what we can get. I'm going to stick with 01 Mini, or 01 Preview rather. And I think I'm going to ask it to fix it. I feel like, it doesn't have to be a secret to the readers. You know what I mean? Like, the book is going to be in parallel. The literal book is called Deal with the Devil and stuff like that. Like, it's not a secret that Kane is a demon for the readers. It's a secret to Tessa, but it's not a secret to the readers. So I think we punch up the supernatural in this initial thing with Kane and really make the reader squirmy, uncomfortable that she is going to come into this in a good way. So I'm going to say fix it, which this is the new fix it that has all that information. And I'm going to say, this is a great start. Let's punch up the supernatural. Make the scene with the influencers more believable, where they have handlers and some staff from Infernal Influence assigned to them. The comment about Alexis Starr should come from Lucinda after Kane settles one, and he can't because he's summoned to Ray, and Lucinda should be put out that the invitation doesn't include her. Ray's messenger should be an ominous little golem thing. The interaction with Kane and Ray should be scarier. Kane should have consequences for his cheek, or for his slight disrespect. And as for the hanger, Kane should get there late, but be able to sense a trace because of the Uber driver and be annoyed that serendipity has found her. He charms. Be annoyed. He will follow the trail. And that's where it ends. Okay, so I'm going to submit that. I love story directing. It's so much fun. Yes, this is a dark PNR. You want the right reader on for the ride. Absolutely. Yep. More like supernatural for the readers. Oh, thank you. I type so fast. Yep. I do read it out loud, what I type. Yeah, I want people to like almost wet their pants over Ray. Like, he's scary. And I think it's such a funny name too. It's like the devil's name is Ray. So, and then once I get this shell, then I'm going to use Gemini to actually make it more authentically modern. That's one of my favorite tricks, is using OpenAI to get to the logic and stuff of the scene, and then using Gemini to layer on top of it to like make the dialogue and stuff really punch. Because Gemini was trained on YouTube, so it's a little bit, I think it's a lot better in its dialogue for sure. One moment. I'm checking the chat. Ray, a drop of golden sin. That's hilarious, Plumstone. I love it. April says she loves Gemini right now. Me too. Me too. I just don't like to use Gemini for the original plan of the chapter. I mean, I guess I could try. It's just, for me, I don't find it to be very logical. It's a personal preference. Okay, so we jumped into it. All right, we will thumbs this up. 1946, so we're good. All right. I stood atop one of Manhattan's countless skyward spires, the wind teasing at the edges of my tailored suit. Mortals scurried like ants, each consumed by their oh-so-important lives, blissfully unaware of the grander games at play. The evening haze. It's not evening. It should be the morning. Or maybe time. Yeah, maybe he works all night. He doesn't sleep. I don't know. Because she, at the end of chapter 1, yeah. Oh, the cufflink. Her voice threaded it into my mind. Kane, we've got a situation, don't we always? Jackson Reed and Lila Hart are at each other's throats again. It's escalating and their handlers are useless. Of course they are. Where? Infernal Lounge, VIP section. And Kane, try not to make a bigger mess. Trust me. I said, already stepping off the building's edge. The air embraced me, and with a thought, I descended gracefully, feet touching the pavement below without a sound. Ooh, that's hot. Elite and damned alike mingled under the veil. It's not the Infernal Lounge, it's the Elysium Lounge. So it almost had it. The Elysium. Okay. Crackling with barely restrained fury. Shimmered like shattered glass. Hovered nearby. Muir washed up has-been clinging to relevance. Enough. More like prevent one. We've been trying to calm them down. No kidding. Oh, Marcus and Elena. Oh my gosh, the names. We have to fix the names. Just a nudge. Let's sit. I'd rather stand. Suit yourself, but this public display is beneath both of you. He started it. Did I? Or did someone leak my unreleased track to sabotage my launch? Enough. And this rivalry is becoming counterproductive. Tell that to her. Tension between you. It's palpable. We can harness that. You set up a staged rivalry leading to a combined release. Music and visuals that capitalize on both of your strengths. I don't collaborate. Continue this path, both professional, and trust me, falling from grace is far more painful than you can imagine. But I'm not. Have you heard about Alexa Starr? She's becoming erratic. Is waning, and our projection shows a significant drop in her engagement metrics. They're out of their depth. You won't have the chance. Shadow detached itself from the dimness nearby. Small golem crafted of obsidian and brimstone, etched with infernal runes that pulsed faintly. Cain, you are summoned. A personal messenger? Ray must be feeling nostalgic. Seems now charming. Guess I'll have to handle Alexis myself. Try not to break anything. Okay. A rift tore open. Always so dramatic. Oh, I like it. Do you? Oof. She has been wronged, her potential wasted by betrayal. I want you to guide her path. She teeters on the brink of despair. Sure, she embraces the darkness rather than succumbing to weakness. Ooh, I like that. So he wouldn't even say like, oh, that's good. Indeed. And what of her uniqueness? Do not fail me in this. Oh my gosh. Good. So like time jumped. So it's the morning. I don't want to use hanging in the air. My skin remained unaffected. Hangar 4 loomed ahead, empty. Damn. Faint echoes lingered, a mix of frustration, anger, and something else. Gabby, Serendipity's meddlesome messenger. Of course, Serendipity always delighted in complicating matters. Fine, let's see where this... Who would he say this? It's not tomorrow. She gets there. She doesn't sleep there. Okay, so I just have to fix that. Fine, I said to the something. Shadow stepping through the cityscape. The trail rove erratically, through busy streets, quiet alleys, and finally a rundown motel with a flickering neon sign. The Twilight Motel. I stood across the street observing. The place reeked of lost dreams and faded hopes. So this is where you left it. We'll do later. Why would he wait? What would he wait for? I know. A mental link. This should be italicized, but I don't know how to do that in... I think it's just this. Occupants, workers, focus on anything in the archive to do with a Tessa Dane. And responded back almost immediately. Piss off Lucinda. Special project. Okay. Something. No, I'll just say Ray. There we go. Okay, so that's better. I like that a lot better. And now we have this new chapter 2. I need to keep it that name until I move it so that I can remember. All right, so this is going to be Homeboy. So that one, he gets the heart. This is 1886. A little on the anemic side. I need more about Kane. We go 3393. That's a long chapter. I could just break this up. Is it really 3,339? Like, that's a lot of words. It doesn't seem like a lot of words here. I think this is where the cut should be. I don't know how many words this is. Okay, so 1462. I know. I've got like 6 bazillion chapter 2s now. Okay, this might be chapter 3. Yeah, because this is Tessa. And then that way I can jump with Cain. Oh no. It's saving. Did we lose? Did I lose internet? What's going on here? Okay, well, Plotdrive's having an issue. So, yeah. You know, we got a whole scene done. And I think that that's good. Oh, thank you for this. What if the archive is sealed because of the wager would spook Cain? Exactly. So he's got to get the information. So I'm going to basically be peppering in more scenes and chapters there to expand this story out, because I feel like there's more. It's just moving a little too fast, and we need more buy-in, up to. So basically I kind of think the first third will get her to the Infernal Influence. So I kind of have like that mark in mind. Yeah. Or time passes differently. Exactly. Did the plot drive create the characters and story, or did you have all of it for the story? We used Plotdrive, and we used RaptorWrite, which is a precursor to Plotdrive, which is free, to work on all of this. And I did most of this with the AI, and then I tweaked it. And like we validated, we worked on this for about 7 or 8 hours in classes in the FFA to get all of the plot lines and to figure it out, like this big epic thing where the idea is 3 books planned for this. Lumeris is going to end up becoming a boy toy for Tessa as well as Cain. So book 2 is going to be Menage. And the whole thing of the prophecy stuff, we're figuring it out. Or maybe we abandon that one with the baby. I don't know. We were thinking like she gets pregnant, there's a baby, so that Lumeris can get a spinoff. Single demon daddy is what we were like, oh yeah, we need to write that book. We are a little ridiculous. So I think that Plotdrive is just having a little hiccup right now. And the only reason I'm writing this book is because I identified on Amazon that there's a dearth of demon and vampire romances. Like they're not getting enough good books. So let's do some demon romances. I love the show Lucifer. One of my favorite movies is definitely The Devil's Advocate, which is with Al Pacino. I mean, I love those kinds of stories where it twists and it twists and it twists. So I grew up watching Buffy, I mean, it's definitely my fantasy realm. So I'm like, if I'm going to write fantasy romance, let's go with a demon. I would like to work with a demon, please. I think I just need to do a little bit more work personally on Cain, but that's okay. I'm hard on myself. Like, I'm not doing this fast enough, but I'm doing this in like an hour a day. I'm working full time for the FFA and all this other stuff. So yeah, a lot of authors out there only have about an hour a day with all of their other requirements or responsibilities. So, I mean, if you're able to in an hour get 2,000 words, which we just got a good 2,000 words, but I'm going to expand them even more. I can remember when we were happy just getting 1,000 words a day. And now I'm able to double that or triple that, or in the case of yesterday, 13x that, all within an hour, so that I have it and then I can start editing and playing with it. So a novel a week if I was doing this full time. My gosh, would not be outside of the realm for sure. And just the idea that any author now could write 52 books in a year without having to kill themselves, you know, because you're only working for an hour or two here or there. It's a very exciting time. Part of me wishes I wasn't doing the FFA teaching and all this other stuff so I could just write books with AI, but I love what I do too, helping others to understand and making the software and everything like that. So please take advantage. And I will see you guys tomorrow at a different time. We are moving to 10 a.m. for Wednesday and Thursday. And also Friday is going to be this epic thing where we're working I'm actually going to be writing a sequel book to Snowstorms and Schnapps. So I'll be writing Tequila and Tumbleweeds, I believe, is on my project of things to do. All right, everyone. Oh, I love that, April. That's right. It is Storytime Play-Doh. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to go rest. But go ahead and sign up for Plotdrive when it comes back on. And it is free to use all this week. Thank you, Maria. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm not going out drinking tonight.